me you're entertaining family, relatives, and usually entertainment involves food, right? Well, we really worry about how we prepare it and ensure it's cooked correctly, but how many of you thought about how you're going to serve it? So when you're planning a party, you need to think about how am I going to serve it? I'm going to do a buffet, family style, have it plated where they bring the food into you. And so once you decide on how you're going to serve the food, then you look at, okay, how am I going to make sure it's prepared correctly? And then the fourth point, what I'm talking about is how to keep it hot food hot, and cold food cold. Now, they call it the danger zone. Probably a lot of you guys heard talk about the room temperature. Anybody know what the room temperature rule is? How long can you have your foods set at room temperature? 2 hours is considered the danger zone for, but when you think of room temperature, it's what you feel comfortable in, right? But actually, the danger zone is above 40 degrees and below 140. I don't know how many people think their house is room temperature at 130, right? So there's those two extremes there. Okay, and we don't want to have any uninvited guests come to our dinner parties. So you don't want to get stunk at your party, have people go home and say, oh, when they're in the bathroom over the thing, what did she serve me? So you got to think ahead and plan some things. So how many have a favorite grandma platter? You put your turkey in, get down here, nice big platter. And you fill this whole thing up with meat, and you put it out on your buffet, and it sets for how long? 2.5, 3 hours? Because what you do is, it's hard to tell, so actually you start counting your 2 hours as soon as you take it off its energy source, where it's keeping it at that temperature. So what you want to do is think of size and type of container. So what you want to do is have two smaller platters, put the one on. When it's almost gone, bring out the second one that you've had in the kitchen, still in the oven, being warm or covered, kept warm. You don't want to take the food off the first platter and slide it onto your old one. Because this food has been sitting out, it's not at hot temperature anymore. So when it puts it on your hot food, you're going to have some temperature change. The cold food is going to make the new one colder. Plus, people have been walking by, maybe Aunt Sue has a cold, she sneezed and didn't quite get it covered. So all that stuff's on this food that's been getting warmer, cooler and cooler. So you don't want to, or you want to take this in and put it in the fridge or do something with it so you can have it for leftovers. But take smaller dishes. Same is true with your bowls. Now this one I like, I thought it's not too bad, it's a little narrow one. Right here. But it has a nice wide ledge handle here. So if you're going to do a family style meal, that'd be really easy to pass. So if you're thinking family style, you can think, hey, is it going to be too heavy? Is it going to be, how am I going to have them pass that around? Also on your serving, you want to have something for them to put the spoons in if they take them out. You don't want to lay them on the table. And sometimes if it's a hot food, it's better to leave the potential in, because when you bring it out, it cools, and you put that cold food that's on the spoon back into your hot food. So if you can, crack it. Another important thing is try to have containers with lids. So you can have it covered so just before everybody's there to eat, and then remove the lid of the cover. Now I did a quick test yesterday to see if the type of container makes a difference. So I put some 160 degree water in a glass container, in a metal container, and in a white plastic container. Which one do you think kept the water warm the longest? The metal. This one was 5 degrees warmer than the glass and 10 degrees warmer than the water in the plastic. And I used the same water, poured them all in. So what you keep your food in does make a difference. The metal absorbs the heat and retains the heat. The plastic absorbs the heat and lets it out. And sometimes when I was looking for some things, I had to share this. This is a little dip bucket thing that you put on inside your dish. So if you're having vegetables with dip, that just slides on your, and then they can put that in there and then they can dip out of that rather than going back and dipping out of the main container. Another hint is you can, these little nice little hand warmers, put those under your dishes to help keep a heat source there. But they're kind of ugly looking, so you can get these new hot pads that have a pocket in them for your hand, but you can put your hot container thing in there and then put your bowl on that to help keep it. And I got one over on my table you can look at later with actually a pet bed. Has a container thing you put in the microwave, you heat the gel up, and then you can use that and put your food dish on that. Oh, 2 minutes. Okay, when it comes to keeping things cold, remember you're supposed to keep it below 40. So at 6 o'clock, when I put these things on, the ice-only container, which is this one, was at 30 degrees. I had one with ice and water, because I thought, well, maybe that makes a difference if you put water around the ice. And it came in at 32 degrees. And then I had some ice I put in the fridge that wasn't quite all the way frozen, so it wasn't quite fair, but there's still a little ice in there, but it didn't get very cold. Then on this divided dish here, I have a thermometer that has a probe in it. And so the probe I put down in my water, my ice water. And there's actually one of these trays on the silent option. On the. So if you see the applesauce, oh, you can't see, it's too small. The applesauce is up to 40 degrees. And this was frozen grapefruit. And it has gone up to about 39 degrees. They started out the applesauce was at 40, and the frozen grapefruit was at 27. So you see that this was not as cold. It hasn't changed as much as the frozen food has came up quicker. So at 7:30 when I tested them down there, both the apple juice sauce and the frozen fruit were both at 40. So they equaled out. And then this is the little probe that I just have sitting in there. So you do that. Now say you don't want to, it's time. Just one click. So you're going, I don't want to have to test this. My friends go, oh, excuse me, I got to put this in here and see how hot this water is. Or see. So you use handy dandy outdoor thermometers. You have 2 units, the one that goes outside, the one that's inside. Put your outside one near around your dish. Put this one in your kitchen. This dish right now is 46 degrees. So I know it's still getting pretty close. It started out at 45. So it's gone up 2 degrees, this one has, since I put it in. So anyway, there's lots of stuff over here for you to look at, and have fun keeping your food cold and hot.